Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Attack the Pantry. I am Jenn Vega. This stream is a deep dive into ingredients, cooking techniques, and recipes to help you cook for yourself and for friends and family during the panini and, well, the rest of your adult life. Throw us an egg in the chat if you enjoy what you are seeing and or hearing throughout the show. That is how we like to show love here on Twitch. Welcome, Justice. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. And thank you for following Jamal SLM. Welcome to the chat. How's it going, everybody? A happy Wednesday to you all. Last time on Attack the Pantry, I was coming to you from my high school bedroom in California. We talked to my friend Nick Guercio about how he finds recipes. You can watch all of the past clips here on my channel if you click on videos, and the entire archive is located at youtube.com/JENNDLV. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you. That's the URL for the YouTubes. Yes. Right. David, hi, welcome. Who else is ready to get hungry? Thank you for the hype in the chat. We love it. Stivali, welcome. I think that's your first time in the chat on a Wednesday. Welcome. Hello. I remember you from our Discord. Friends. Again, you can watch all the past clips on my channel on YouTube. That's the URL I put on the screen. I almost thought that I didn't put it on there. Anyway, business. I'm a Twitch affiliate. That means for every subscription, every bit, every cheer on this channel, provides a little bit of pocket change for me to make this show even better and better each time. It pays for the StreamYard. It pays for my pixel artist, Drip. If you're not familiar, Drip is my wonderful pixel artist who made all the eggs in the chat there that you're using. Also, to get around that, if you have Amazon Prime, you can gift a subscription to your favorite creators every month. So if you have one, click on that purple button that says gift a sub, and you'll get a little crown next to your name in the chat, and it's very special and cute. Lots of really good links below the video here, but the best way to help us out is to tell folks right now that you're watching this stream and to join us, because there's lots of learning that could be had in the kitchen. So tell a friend, tweet it out, retweet me, spread the love. Anyway, all business aside, I am very, 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 very excited to welcome a longtime friend and guest to the show. Please welcome my friend Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Hi. Oh, good.
Hi.
I can hear you.
You
can stop waving now.
Okay, got it. I was trying to find the link to share this. I realized I should post this.
Share what?
Share the
What
stream. The stream link.
Oh, share the stream. Yeah. Tell your friends. It's all good.
Yeah. No, I'll give it a little post.
Yeah. Hello, Jeff.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Where are you streaming in from?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Awesome. I love it down there. And what is it that you do?
Currently, I sell rum, which is
sell rum.
Yeah, I sell rum. I'm a rum pusher. Before that, I was in the bar industry for a lot of years as well. When I was in New York living there, I was also bartending. Career shift happened right before COVID, and now I still am lucky enough to sell rum and represent rum from St. Lucia and Martinique.
It's really cool.
Yeah. It's still kind of shocking, and I think a lot of times I meet people and I'm like, this is a very weird job. I love it, but it's truly it's a bizarre one.
You know some things about rum.
I try to, yeah.
You try to. You also know things about cocktails and making menus. I think there are a lot of things that you know in your brain. It's kind of weird.
I feel like there's a lot I don't know and I wish I knew more of. But yeah, and now recently, kind of going into dad mode, I've learned a lot of other weird things about life,
which we will get into shortly. But this is a question I ask every guest: is how do we know each other?
Gosh, college radio.
Yes.
Old school, like
plural. I think decades ago now.
2000. Gosh, what, 5? 4?
Okay, not decades. Never mind.
Almost 2 decades.
Almost 2 decades.
Yeah, college radio, and then by way of, both living in California, and then both by way of New York, and
And we
then
became roommates.
yeah, I'd say
You're
longest.
my longest roommate.
Yeah, longest roommate and most impactful roommate on my life.
Oh, I would say the same about you.
Yeah, definitely.
Justice is actually in Georgia as well. ATL Bottle Shop Gang.
Yeah, is that in Columbus or in Atlanta Bottle Shop? Like, I was trying to ask about which one though. Which would that be?
Yeah, we have a few people from Georgia in the chat, so
I have
please let us know.
a lot of recommendations on where to pick up good rum if you need it.
Yeah. We've done a lot of projects together, and I think we will get there. But you helped me win this trophy behind me. Yeah, you helped me win this trophy, and you also inspired my cookbook. So, or like you're part of a lot of the stories in my cookbook. So this is the Jeff that I'm always talking about, everybody. This is that Jeff.
a lot of drunken nights and weird brainstorming sessions about food.
What if we made a pasta inside this other pasta? That kind of stuff. Plus
and a lot of themes, I think too. We really we stuck well to theme oriented cooking elements, and that was great. It was so much fun.
And we also love video games and fantasy novels.
True. Yeah. I've been in a bit of total tangent, but I haven't such a book rut lately, and it was good. I think it hopefully broke a little bit of that barrier for me.
I was trying to read Jenny Odell's How to Do Nothing over my vacation, and I got maybe 10 pages in. And because I was doing a lot of things, I was like, I don't know how to not do nothing.
That is counterintuitive to your life in general.
To me specifically. Yeah. David, who is from Georgia to the Bay, went the opposite direction of you.
It's okay. We get there's a lot of overlap and a lot of love from me to California still.
Yeah, for sure. You're from Poway.
San Diego, yeah. San Diego, Poway. Nobody knows Poway, so let's just be real.
I'm from, well, my parents are in Palmdale, but I'm from Hercules, which is up north. And David is in Oakland. So we're spanning California in the chat, which is amazing. Okay, so the next segment of the show, my friends, is I'm going to share my screen. And if you'd like to be featured in this next segment next week, please do DM me your cooking photos or tag me on Instagram whenever you have a cooking photo. Please do send it along, and I will put it on the screen. We also love food memes and all these other things. So don't be shy. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen. It's going to get a little weird for a second, and I promise you it is clean. Welcome to my screen. You can see it, right?
No.
What?
Nope.
No? Oh, I didn't pick it. Never mind. Here it is. You can see it now? It's
very clean.
Yes, it's very clean.
Yeah.
I have to remember to put the chat on my phone so I don't miss anything. Yay. I'm going to put a yay in the chat. There we go. We did it. Okay. So this is what folks have sent in this week. My new friend, Erin in LA shared a Google map of restaurants they were really into or that they wanted to go to. And there were an inordinate amount of hot chicken restaurants on his list.
It seems so antithesis to LA too.
I know, it's very funny. It's a new trendy thing that's happening in LA. But he sent me this meme from Reddit.
Love it.
Thank you, Eric, for this bad boy can fit so many hot chicken restaurants. We love that. We love that shit. JV sent this egg that he saw while he was running. I mean, if you see an egg in the world, do you think of me?
True.
A lot of people think of me when they see an egg, which is really sweet. If you spot an egg, please take a picture. I love this. This is probably around Williamsburg, and I think that's where JV was running. Kelly has a friend called Life Scream Sunday on Instagram, and they call this piece 3 Egg Smile. That is not really egg. That is a sculpture. It is a resin polymer clay and acrylic art piece.
That's awesome.
I know, it looks so shiny and clear. Kelly painted me an egg recently. I don't know where I put it. Somewhere in my house. That I framed it though, Kelly, if you're in the chat. Yeah, isn't this great? Yeah, it's a great egg.
Yeah, it almost seems like a 3D model for how clean it looks.
Yeah. It is a sculpture, it looks
Yeah,
like. Old
so,
Bay. Wait, I think they really put Old Bay in it to make it smell. That's interesting. And then Robert sent this. This thing is available in Bushwick. It's from a place called Nene's Taqueria, and they are known for their birria tacos. So I've always just gone there and gotten the tacos. Apparently now they have this giant birria pizza
pizza. Shit.
with guacamole that you can get.
That's incredible.
It's massive. I have not ordered it because it is quite large.
No,
I'd have to share this.
That's something you do with friends and
Yes.
regret.
or by yourself and for a long time.
Yeah. Wow. I mean that. Yeah. Birria is like, it's a thing here now too, but not on that level. And that's amazing.
Catching up in the chat, Savali says that's incredible. Wow. Justice says egg report. The post earlier. They made an egg in a blender. Oh man, do you all follow Eve 6 on Twitter? Remember that band?
Like that the band where the guy that walked, isn't it the guy that like walked naked in the lobby and got in a lot of trouble?
When?
Is that not Eve 6?
I don't remember if he did that, but he's on Twitter and is like hilariously political and like.
Oh, then never mind.
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Emily's in the chat. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. Wait, what? Justice, roommate and I are going to split a parrot egg when her peonies lays one? What? You can eat a parrot? Are you going to eat it? What? You can do that? Isn't that illegal? A parrot? I don't know.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Although I didn't eat iguana. I had iguana one time and I regretted it.
Oh no! Was that traumatizing?
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
It was traumatizing.
I'm so sorry.
It was in I think it was in Grenada, and it still had its little paws on it. Like,
oh my god!
With the skin and the claws.
That's terrifying.
It was disgusting.
I'm so sorry.
We gave it to a stray dog. He was happy.
Oh. These are photos from my week. This is the newest hot dog at Wonderville, which is the bar that I bring food to. So every Tuesday I refresh the menu with a special hot dog and burritos. So this week we have the Pika Pika, because it's named after a Curacao style pickled onion called Pika. It's got clove and cardamom and habaneros. And so it's got that warm note plus that like vinegary bite and plus the spiciness from the habaneros. We've got a scallion cream cheese with cumin on the dog, as well as crispy shallots. And these are all Brooklyn cured hot dogs. So they're really high quality and worth the price. I love them. They're my favorite hot dogs in Brooklyn. So you can get these at the bar at Wonderville until we run out. So we usually have them in stock until Friday night. So head on over to Bushwick if you want to grab a hot dog. I also dropped off 11 shepherd's pie burritos. If you can imagine.
A shepherd's pie burrito?
Yes, dude. Uh-huh.
That's great.
It's ground.
We can talk about California burritos in a second, because this is very like on point.
Yes. This is a Jeff conversation for California burritos. This is what I made at my parents' house: some smashed potatoes and radicchio salad for breakfast. I was trying to fit into a bridesmaid's dress. That is why I was eating salads all week. Let's see. Chrono is actually the current like independent game residency at Wonderville right now. We rotate a video game on this cabinet once every 3 months. And so this is only going to be available for the next 2 weeks, and then we're choosing a new game to put on the cabinet. So head on over and play it before it's gone. Oh my gosh. Should I stop sharing my screen? Is there somebody arriving?
Oh, I don't know. I did just post this on my story, so we'll see what happens.
What do you mean?
I posted the link.
Oh, got it. This is at the wedding. I'm wearing Calvin Klein and sitting in a tricycle carriage thing. And
is that velour?
It's not velour. It's like actual velvet.
It's actual velvet.
Calvin Klein, actual velvet.
That's awesome.
And I'm yelling for somebody to bring me another drink. I make faces. That's what happens. What else is this? I got some fish and chips with my cousin. These are tiny smelt.
That's great.
You ever had those?
No, but that seems like a much more how to say, environmentally conscious way to eat fish and chips.
Yeah,
like it's not just like halibut or something.
Yeah, and they're it's a lot like boquerones because I like squeeze lemons all over it.
Nice,
super good. My fave. What else has happened in my life? Oh, I discovered that you can microwave papadum. You know that cracker?
No.
Is it the Indian cracker? Yeah, it's usually deep fried, but I learned that you can just microwave them for 45 seconds, and they get all poofy and crispy. Who's that? Who's that?
They're bad.
Is that
They're
Dewey?
bad dogs. They are bad dogs, and my kid is home, I think.
Oh.
We'll see.
Let me know if I need to not share the screen and we can say hello.
No, it's okay. I don't know what they're barking at.
They just like to bark. They're dogs. This is what happens. This is a little snack box from Goldilocks. Are you familiar with Goldilocks? Do you know what that is?
No.
Goldilocks is the Filipino bakery and in California, and they also have like little to-go fast food snacky stuff. And so I got this before on my flight because they have a Goldilocks in San Francisco Airport now. That's in Terminal 1. There's Filipino food in Terminal 1. Yay.
Wow.
So I got lumpia, carioca dessert ball. It's like a fried cassava ball with caramel on the outside. A tiny shumai with pork, a chicken empanada, and that little disc that's on its side is called ukoy. It's kind of like tempura cake of like vegetables.
I really miss the random lumpia days you would make.
Yes, I made.
And then what's the sauce that you would always do?
I would do sausawan, which is the spicy vinegar, or a sweet chili sauce.
Yeah. I think it was the vinegar one. Which
I make a lot of that.
Yeah,
we always have that in my house. Yeah.
Because isn't it a special type of vinegar that's a little different to find, like sugar vinegar or
something like that? It's like palm or sugar cane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember there was something very specific about it that I could never replicate.
Yeah, it's got this like sweet note that's like not as scary when you use it. It's very nice. But it's stronger than a rice vinegar, which is great.
Yeah.
Perfect for fried foods.
I love that.
This is a throwback. This is a long time ago. This is like a butternut squash soup with pomegranate and crispy garlic. And I think celery leaves. That was a long time ago. I don't remember for what, but I decided to save that photo. R.I.P. to Bonzo.
Oh my gosh.
Bonzo. Bonzo was my castaway during the pandemic, my Tom Hanks, like, of course, I started painting things.
3 pounds of chickpeas right there, probably, or 5 pounds.
So Bonzo was a mistake. Bonzo has black beans inside. That was like a whole, like, before the pandemic happened, Emily and I were preparing for a catering gig, and I ordered 1 can of garbanzo beans from the Restaurant Depot, and and she, when the person arrived with my Restaurant Depot order, they dropped off a case of these garbanzo beans, and I was like, whoa, did you charge me for a whole case? Because I didn't order a case. And they were like, yeah, it's scanned as 1, so I decided to just give it to you. And I was like, what? And then Emily went to go make the hummus, and then when they opened it, it was like black beans inside. So I have a whole case of black beans that were mislabeled.
It's like disappointment on so many levels too.
I know, and we still had to go get more garbanzo beans after that, which was frustrating. But during the pandemic, I had 5 cans of black beans and made a family. I was so bored. But this week, Bonzo is in the burritos at Wonderville. So RIP, thank you for your service, Bonzo. I know.
Bonzo might have been a mistake, but he was part of the family eventually.
Part of the family. I know, Emily. I'm so sorry. I spotted this in Williamsburg. Somebody attached the Instagram crates to a nice bike. I don't know if you've seen the ads for this, but like my friend Bettina wrote an article about like, why do I keep seeing the ads for these crates? They're amazing.
What
I
are
actually
these?
bought them. They were like heavily advertised on Instagram. People started calling them the Instagram crates because they're foldable.
Okay.
And I bought some because it organized my shelf. It's great. I keep my dish towels in one, and then my dinner napkins in another, apron in another.
So they stack. They're fancy looking. They got
yeah,
nicer designs. They're just
very
nicer.
Like, Instagram crates. They're very very fancy. But someone attached one to a bike, which I thought was peak Williamsburg. Very funny.
Very
and then what else is going on here? Oh, I got the funnel cake flavored soft serve and milk bar with cornflake crunch.
That looks great.
Delicious.
That looks delicious.
It was good. I finished it very quickly. Oh yeah, this is the inside of the shepherd's pie burritos. Jeff, you mentioned the California burrito earlier. What is in a California burrito?
Yeah, it's like it's a San Diego specialty, but basically it's a carne asada burrito, which would just be like grilled carne asada, maybe some like pico de gallo and guacamole typically. And there's no rice and beans in like San Diego style burritos. But then the modifier of the California burrito is it's just like it's just like carbs and fat and meat. Like and the California burrito has the addition of French fries. So it kind of balances out, like, and still no rice and beans, but you got
French fries.
You got French fries and a whole bunch of meat, and then just guacamole. And cheddar cheese, and then
I should make that.
It's really it's still probably the best thing I could ever eat.
It's your fave.
I mean, sure. I'm very into this concept of like hand pies and go food and everything that you can kind of like walk out and eat cleanly. And California burrito is very nice with that, I think.
Yeah. This shepherd's pie burrito has ground lamb with thyme and rosemary, peas and carrots. And then I've got like super savory black beans with guajillo peppers and ancho and chipotle, some plain rice, arugula, no salsa because the beans have a lot of peppers in them. But yeah, these are available at Wonderville, which is great.
I thought there would be like mashed potatoes in it. That's what I was expecting.
Thought about it, but it would have made the burrito really wet and heavy, I think. This is the pixel art that my friend Drip made for the TVs at Wonderville, which is really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I like having my own art.
Where's Wonderville again?
It's in Bushwick. It used to be this venue, Secret Project Robot, if you remember that place.
No. Everything's changed.
I know, everything has changed. It's by Little Skips, if you knew Little Skips.
No.
Oh.
I know nothing.
Never mind. This was my lunch today. It's an arugula salad with tahini dressing, some sheep's cheese, and then some stuffed roti with lentils and some mozzarella cheese on top. I basically made a pizza. Awesome. Yeah. Delicious.
Did you just have leftover lentils?
It came like that. The roti came like that. It was like a stuffed Indian bread. They're so good. Oh. So good. These are some pictures I'm going to share now that Jeff had sent to our group chat. So we've had a group chat throughout the pandemic, which has always been nice to check in with your friends and old roommates. So
it was more of a boasting contest. It was mostly to make fun of one particular friend. Really.
Yes. Dylan. We'll throw Dylan under the bus. It was Dylan.
Yeah.
I throw Dylan under the bus all the time on this stream.
Not that these photos really do a lot of justice to the cooking that we all do, but
yeah. But these are lovely. So these, I think, were tahini cookies, you said?
Yeah, I have a friend that I met here in Atlanta. Her name's Daniel Oron, and she has a book called Modern Israeli Cooking,
Ugh.
and this came from that cookbook. And yeah, they're tahini chocolate chip cookies, and just really lovely, really rich.
Mm.
Kind of that tahini just adds a nice like creaminess and savoriness to the whole thing. And yeah, so it's definitely a favorite recipe of my wife Erica
Mm.
to cook, and I'm
And
long overdue for right now too.
and I see. Okay, so your chocolate chips are pretty big in this, I think, right?
It's
You don't.
all what you have on hand, and you
Oh,
order by mistake. Um, and as you said, you attack the pantry. Like you'll make whatever you can with what you got, and it's fine. Adapt.
yeah, yeah. And you got a Maldon salt on top. Is that
Yes,
right?
and big old flaky sea
As
salt.
always.
Although I will fully admit, I don't have any Maldon in house, but I do
Ah,
have like big
other
flake,
flaky salt.
big sea salt. It's like kind of bigger. Hi, my
Oh, hi
son's home
puppies.
too. Come here. Well,
Hi
he's
puppies.
focused on the dogs. But yeah, he's wandering around. Dogs, Augie, child, craziness. This is life now.
I love it.
Oh, he's so sad. Oh, he's so sad.
Wait, who's sad?
Augie was crying a little bit, but
Oh, I can't see because I'm sharing my screen.
oh, he's
Oh,
so
baby,
sad.
don't be sad.
I know, it's fine.
Don't be sad, buddy.
I think he just wants mommy right now.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, there's my barrel.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you said that you sell rum.
Yeah, so I work with like distilleries in Martinique and St. Lucia. I figured I'd have a dram while we're talking. And that was like my COVID project partially. Like, we sold a barrel of rum to
Oh, sorry. Oh, my monitoring phone is loud. Anyway,
sorry.
go on.
Yeah, we sold a full barrel of rum to this account in Columbus, Georgia, and the actual physical barrel never came, which a lot of people like for posterity and stuff like that. So I 3D, my friend has a 3D, or not, sorry, he has a laser etcher. And so we got the vector format of the logo. We did a big old laser etch on some like kind of poster board. And then I spray painted this logo on this barrel to deliver to them.
No, that's very
Apparently,
nice of
you can just go out there and buy used oak barrels, like used 40, 50 liter oak barrels, and then do whatever the hell you want with them. Make flower planters or.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think a lot of times they're brandy barrels and stuff like that, but there's a lot of whiskey barrels out there too.
So can you rewind? What is a dram?
Oh, a small sip of rum.
Oh.
A dram.
Is there a technical measurement of it, or it's just like?
That's a great question. Probably.
Okay, we'll look it up later.
No. Well, I mean, like I know in a lot of old cocktail books and stuff like that, they have different types of measurements, like a pony.
A pony?
A pony was a certain type of measurement.
I want a pony.
A jigger was another measurement.
Okay, I know a jigger. I know that.
But a jigger, we use a jigger as a measuring device, but a jigger was a specific measurement back in the day versus like a pony and versus a not a bar spoon, but I forgot what the other one was, like a dash. A dash has a certain measurement too. And you'd see those a lot in old school cocktail books from late 1800s, early 1900s and stuff too.
I also read that like a pinch is also an official measurement too, which is so funny.
I mean, Jen, we haven't even gotten. I don't think you and I have ever really dove into like the Great British Bake Off.
We have not together.
No, yeah.
We did do a Zoom Bake Off together.
Oh, that was fun.
With sticky buns. I wish I had gotten the photos for it to show everybody, but we did a Bake Off and everybody did really well, except for Dylan.
And
like I got hit by a
that was the intention, we really wanted to.
We just wanted to humiliate Dylan. He was the one dragging his feet. He's like, and then I'm gonna win. And then didn't. I declared Vance that winner that day.
He did a very good job. It was very impressive. It was all sticky buns and cinnamon buns, and his looked great.
I even got to try it. His was like chocolate orange. because he lives 2 blocks from me. So it's very good. What is this? So you have some linguine?
Yeah, I say that would be a great weeknight staple.
Mm.
I, I obviously pasta is a pretty strong mainstay in our house. It's fast, it's versatile, and stuff like that. And shrimp always lives in the freezer for the most part. So yeah, a nice just shrimp linguine, a ton of garlic, a ton of lemon,
Mm.
parsley if you've got it. I was trying to grow a lot of parsley, and I think that might have been garden parsley if I remember correctly.
Cool.
And yeah, it's just like and a ton of black pepper and
Mm.
parmesan if you got it too.
That is something that I remember vividly living with you. If I gave you something to taste, you always went, needs more lemon.
Needs more lemon. I mean,
You always want more lemon.
acid is a magical thing. If you sometimes when you think something needs more salt, just add a little lemon, but maybe
The
add a
Jeff
little salt,
solution is to
just a
add
little
lots of
salt
lemon.
too.
Catching up here in the chat, Justice says my whiskey rep X, X has dice made of her barrels. It's fucking sick.
That's kind of cool. I wonder if you just cut the kind of little squares and then kind of sand them
I
down on
guess
the
so.
edges, and
They must be kind of small, right?
that's really
Or are
neat.
they really
Though.
thick though?
No, I think a barrel is roughly probably like 3/4 inches thick
Oh,
of wood.
pretty big.
So yeah, I think you could probably cut a strip out and then cut dice and then you sand the edges, and
Oh, wow. She
that
made them herself?
would be awesome.
Dang, what a good project. That's really cool. Jeff is also a little bit of a carpenter in some ways. In some ways.
Now that's crazy. If she made like a D10 or he made a
What? D4, D6, and D10? Okay.
that's cool.
Y'all. That's amazing.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Hi, Robert. Good to see you. I showed off the Nene's Taqueria photo you sent me. Thank you for following Lindenberg's, yeah. And David says lemon pepper was a game changer when I finally found it as a kid. I was very late to lemon pepper seasoning.
I don't
Very
think
late to it.
I don't think I was like 30 when I found
No, I
lemon
was
pepper
I
seasoning.
was 37, which is now because I worked on a book where you had to make it yourself.
Lemon pepper wings down here, Jen. That's the thing.
It's so good. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm into it. I'm very into it. It's a bunch of dehydrated lemon peel and pepper. The fresher the better though, because they both have volatile oils that are really pungent when you first make it. Really good stuff. What else we got here? This is a pie you made.
Oh,
You remember
that's what
this?
it is. Yeah. It's actually that's a banana pudding.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I thought it was a pie.
Yeah. But
I love
it was,
banana pudding.
it was like a banana pudding pie though. I forgot. Erica, what was the banana pudding pie called?
Oh, banoffee.
You make the banana toffee?
It's banoffee.
Yeah, that's it. But it's essentially banana. Like you make a custard and then you put it over the bananas or whatever like that. And I forgot. Yeah, I think it was a request of my wife, and then we. It was great. It was awesome.
It's so good.
I would love to make that again. Actually,
I feel like we had it together at Gun Show.
Oh, that's possible. Which I was almost about to bring up that experience because you were the only person willing to order the $50 truffle mac and cheese.
I am
and we were all just like, that's a little too rich for our blood. And you're like, I'll do it.
It was specific. I remember this dish. It was specifically ditalini, which is the smallest macaroni.
It was, yeah.
And it was very indulgent and very good because it had was it white truffle? Yeah, they had white truffle. They shaved it right on there.
It was a mound of white truffle. Like
it was incredible.
Yeah.
And
like
kind
of how you would shave Parmesan, like really small, like not like big peels of truffle.
I wish I had the photo of it, but it was delicious. And people are always so generous with truffle because no one ever orders it.
Truth. And actually get fresh truffle and not like oil is a real different beast. It was
so different.
So good.
So good.
I have not been back there since that probably experience.
Well, you had it because you had a gift certificate. That's why we even went.
But I mean, it's so good. It's really one of the best.
It was delicious.
It's one of the best restaurants in Atlanta for us, like creativity and quality of food and stuff like that. And I just haven't gone back. It's just one of those.
Oh,
It's one of those places that you have to kind of like go with friends because you
yeah,
want to
for
get
sure.
everything. Oh no, we did go once. I think we went for an anniversary, but it was just like it wasn't the same.
Yeah, for folks who don't know, we're talking about a restaurant in Atlanta called Gun Show, and it has a very different format. It's like not that you can order straight from a menu. So, like, Jeff, what is the arrangement that they have there?
So it's a Kevin Gillespie restaurant, and it's more of a dim sum style spot
Hmm.
where every chef is basically assigned a dish, and they create their own dish, and that's all they work on that week. And that's the chef will walk around with the dish and sell it to you personally,
Hmm.
kind of explain their thought behind it or what inspired them, and then you either say yes or no. Very awkward. It's actually like
It's so
it's very
awkward.
uncomfortable when
And
you
then you
say
only get one
no.
chance.
You only get one chance, and when you say no to a chef, because also I think sometimes you struggle with the order. Somebody
Yeah,
might
the
come by with
order
like
of
a
the dishes.
really heavy dish before you even get like any kind of small salady stuff, and then so you're like, do I want it?
It's a
Yes.
gamble. It was a
Yeah, it's a real
gamble.
gamble, and it's kind of really sad when you turn down a dish and you really want it afterwards. I don't know. I
Yeah.
never figured out how to sort that out.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. Um, but yeah, it was a great experience. I think we went on New Year's Eve. Is
We
that right?
did. Yeah, it
Oh
was a
man,
special
that
night.
was
It was awesome.
yeah.
It was
But
a
we
great
watched
dinner.
the peach drop.
Yeah.
I have an older photo now
Oh.
of our friend Augie. This is
Oh.
I don't know how old he is in this.
Gosh, must have been like maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, he's a
He's
BB.
young.
He
He's
didn't have
young.
any hair.
He's
No
big
hair
though.
yet.
Still big.
He's so big.
He's a
I
big
can
dude.
hear him. And then
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
eating some mashed potato, I think, in this one. Or
Uh
something.
God, I don't
Something
even
white.
know.
I don't know.
That's a great question. Maybe shit. That's a it's
He's
too
eating
white.
something.
It's almost too white to be mashed potatoes. I have no clue.
It might just be my screen.
It could be yogurt, but it looks too creamy to be yogurt.
He's got it all over his hands, is all I know.
Oh, it's a mess.
Has he gotten better or is he still a mess?
Oh, it's still a mess. It's great. Good fun. Yeah.
This is real quick. In your rental, you're renting a house right now, and you brought my cookbook, which is
Yeah.
very cute. Very nice.
Still in the corner. Still living there.
And then this is something special that you do that started with our friend Paulina. Is that right?
I'd say, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, she was probably making tamales and stuff like that, and
In Brooklyn. You would
yeah,
have tamale day at our apartment.
yeah,
And then we would
and
have tamales forever in our freezer, which
so
was
good.
awesome.
Takes
So
forever to steam. I still don't have like a big steam pot. That's my problem. But yeah, I just said the other day to Erica, I was like, tamale season's coming back up.
mm,
It's coming up soon.
what kind are these?
Gosh, I think that was a chicken tinga,
Mm,
we, you can kind of. I think boiled chicken is one of the nicest ways to utilize chicken because it's super easy. Then you get all the stock
you get broth,
afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the chicken shreds really nice, and then I think I just mixed it with probably like some sort of green sauce.
Mm,
I don't know if I made it from fresh tomatillos or maybe I just bought the like Herdez kind of green enchilada sauce.
can't really go wrong with it.
Yeah, and the other one I think I did rehydrate some dried like piquillo peppers.
Mm,
And you use some of the water and the peppers and garlic and maybe a little onion and cilantro and blend that all together and toss that. And that was some pork.
mm.
I can't remember why we had shredded pork around, but you just do sometimes.
It
And then
looks good though.
yeah, and I think then I have some refried black beans that we kind of just did on the fly. Probably just some extra red sauce left over from the pork.
Mm,
Some shredded cheese.
we love it. We love it.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. I love tamales for breakfast and just pulling one every now and then for a snack because I think
Yeah,
it's really rewarding.
it is so good.
Oh,
I
and you
mean,
can use the chicken broth from boiling the chicken into the tamale powder, like or into your masa maseca,
oh,
to add fat and moisture to the content too.
good to know. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah,
I
yeah. It's
didn't
good.
know that. Good secrets. Flavor boosters.
Flavor boosters.
Flavor boosters. Those are all the photos Jeff sent in. I have a few from like when we were living together just to show.
Oh, classic.
This is Jeff when we were getting ready for a cooking competition, and that's like I think 20 pounds of ground beef.
That must have been Restaurant Depot, like those long tubes.
Long too, but yeah, this is I think we were doing a burger day. at
Love it.
Project Parlor. And then we have like a lot of barbecuing photos because we did that a lot together. We dug a hole to bury a pig, and I'm here with a thermometer trying to check. I'm like, where do you put it? Like,
Yeah.
because it's underneath.
There's so many portions of a pig that you should probably put a thermometer.
Yeah. And then that's the pig after we unwrapped it. It was intense, but it was so fun. It was
And
really,
really
really fun.
incredibly good too. It was
Yeah.
really, really tasty. I mean, I think there were some parts that we had to recook a little bit, but I heard
Yeah.
that's pretty common actually for doing pit
Pretty
cooking.
uneven, yeah, pretty uneven cooking. We wrapped it in corn stalks that Ryan bribed an Amish guy at the farm next door.
Amazing.
It was that's why it imparted all that like sweet flavor on the outside. And on the inside, I think we had I don't know, I think we had like garlic and onion and just like
It was so full of stuff. I can't
it just had a
remember.
lot of stuff, a lot of flavors. But it was super fun. And
But
then we had
then
like
the
some
goat we tried.
Oh, the goat was very dry.
Yeah, the goat was hard.
This was a birthday cake that I got Jeff's face printed on, and then I stuck a knife in it.
Fitting.
Is when
I
you
think
turn 30.
Yeah, that was it. That was the end of my youth. It was gone.
Well, those are all the photos I have to share today, everybody. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and you're gonna get to see our big faces again. Catch it up in the chat. Maxo, good to see you. Thanks for redeeming Stretch. Jeff, if you don't mind, could you please stretch a little bit while we keep talking? Thanks so much, Maxo.
Thank you for the stretch.
Oh,
it's good. It's good.
Friends, if you're not following Maxo, he's a very talented musician and does a lot of game soundtracks out there in the world. Oh, you have to go teach, but thank you for looking after our well-being. That's very sweet of you. So Hefe, that's my nickname for Jeff. How has your cooking style changed? Like we went from like learning how to be roommates to kind of you got married. So cooking for another person.
Yeah.
And then now there's a third person.
I would say cooking. I'm gonna move and we get to go for a little tour. I would say. No, we don't need it. I would say cooking has changed a lot. Cooking for other people was always very simple, and like I thought, like I was.
We love doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that part wasn't different, but cooking for a child, I've discovered, is very different.
Please elaborate.
You're truly in like crunch time right now. So what's fun about it is, we started kind of giving Augie solids. Here's my Instapot decompressing.
Oh, okay. We are decompressing the Instant Pot. I didn't know we were gonna get action today, so this is great.
Yeah. I've learned to really rely on the Instapot because one thing I found is that you can't cook with two hands with a toddler.
With a child, yeah.
If you're like the one cooking and your kid's running around, you kind of need to have both hands because they will pull at your leg. They might be doing something. They need to go lift them up. And cooking with one arm is really hard. It's a good challenge if you want to try it ever, Jen.
Yeah.
And two, flavors, you have to be a little more, I don't say gentle with flavors. And I love spice. So.
Oh, that was a hard adjustment for you, huh?
Had to tone that down a lot.
What, you don't like this jalapeno, baby?
Yeah. I still try to push the envelope a little bit. And three, vegetables are not as, you can't be as maybe adventurous as you want to be with vegetables too. Like, I think you can saute vegetables and stuff like that, and generally it's fine. But you can't like have a crunchy vegetable for the most part. Like, he just doesn't really do it.
I loved carrots when I was little, though.
That's true, but crunchy carrots?
Like, yeah, raw carrots. I ate raw carrots when I was little.
How little?
Oh, from birth, basically. When I had teeth. They said it was the only thing that I ate, though. Okay, it was literally the only thing that I ate. I didn't eat anything else.
So then tonight is a Mississippi pot roast.
Okay, what does that mean? What is a Mississippi pot roast?
I don't know. Does any of the chat know?
Has anyone ever made a Mississippi pot roast? So I actually have never made a pot roast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, the season is now, Jen. So what's holding you back?
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Shmas, good to see you. Glad you made it.
Streamlabs.
Shmas says, my sister ate so many carrots when she was a baby, she started to turn orange. I heard that can happen, yes. I was told that my eyesight would get better if I ate carrots.
That was a good one. Yeah.
My eyesight is terrible.
I mean, wasn't something to do with the war? Wasn't that the story behind the carrot
What?
thing? Like carrots were rather, I think carrots were kind of plentiful, and then they used them for like the military concept to like it was to get soldiers to eat more carrots. I think or
What?
something. I
Okay.
don't know. This
I don't know
is
about
all.
that.
When you sit on the internet for too long, you learn a lot of stupid
Like
shit that is probably
random
fake.
things.
Yeah, it's probably fake too.
So you're taking your roast out of the Instant Pot? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I figured now. So what? I've got my meat in a little jar, and I figured I'll reduce the. So okay, so Jenna, Mississippi pot roast.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is It's a weird, like, I would say maybe I want to say lowbrow style pot roast, because you're supposed to use a ranch seasoning packet, which you're all about, and you
I
make
am
your own
about
ranch
that.
seasoning. You add a jar of pepperoncinis and some of the brine.
Oh, what? Wait, pepperoni and ranch?
Pepperoncinis,
In a
ranch, and
row?
beef broth,
What?
yeah, and that's it. Like that's the pot roast.
Interesting. Interesting.
Um, but what's kind of cool about it though is that the pepperoncinis do add that great like briny spice note. The ranch adds out the umami, and then you've
Mm,
got that beef broth that is probably adding a lot of richness.
mm.
So taking all those together, it's actually really delicious.
Wow.
And sorry, I was about to sneeze, and I still might.
All right. Catching up in the chat, Shmas says the carrots thing is British
Excuse me.
propaganda to conceal the fact they had the technology to fly at night or something. They just lied and said it was carrots.
Ah, thank you.
Is that
Okay,
it?
yeah, that is
Um,
it. Yes,
Justice says vegetables are built on lies.
always, always.
Spinach, bupkis iron. Thank you for that. Amazing. I mean, that roast sounds delicious. And I'm a huge fan of cooking with pepperoncinis in general. Um, I feel like one of my chili recipes in my book is a jar of pepperoncinis with the brine with
Oh,
the beans.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I think,
Hmm.
did you and I talk about that? That was like a thing when
Probably.
it was a guy I met in San Diego, and he showed me that bunch of dried beans he was cooking. It was some of the best dried beans I'd ever had in my life.
Yeah, my secret is pepperoncinis. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Plus the brine. So good. So good. So you're
Yes,
also baking some potatoes as well?
I made some mashed potato or some baked
Baked
potatoes.
potatoes.
The kid is already sitting down, so
He
I'm.
is?
Oh my gosh, he's ready for food, and
Oh my god.
there always has to be a fruit element, I've discovered, with a kid, or else he will crash and burn.
Oh.
So,
Do you know his growth percentile right now?
oh, like 90. I mean,
90.
for height, he was always 99.
What?
Uh, oh, the kid's like off the charts on his height. It's
Oh, yeah,
insane.
because of you.
Yeah, but like his weight was always somewhere on like the 50% mark. Like he wasn't like super heavy, but he was tall.
Yeah, he's very tall. I
So he
was
was
always in
tall.
the fifth percentile.
The fifth. And I
Fifth,
think he's got a
yeah,
big head.
five.
Yeah. He's got a big old head.
Oh,
Uh,
babies always have big old head.
I'll show you my little plate I'm making for him in just a
Oh my
second.
god, I'm so excited. Shmas says pepperoni is also an incredible pizza topping. Yes, it is.
Agreed. The best. The best.
I hate this, but the Papa John's garlic butter sauce with pepperoncinis on the stupid pizza is so good. I hate it.
Oh.
I
So
hate them, but it's so good. Oh,
okay.
little
So
Augie plate.
a little potato topped with some meat, topped with some of the brine. There's usually a pretty good amount of butter in a Mississippi pot roast, so I kind of left a little bit out, but I don't rate. Like, it's not like we're trying to be like healthy parents. We're generally not, but we are cooking it all from scratch, so he's kind of getting that at least.
Yeah, I think you
Um,
were mentioning to me earlier that you don't do any processed foods,
well,
or you try not to.
I say like prepared foods. I'm not very
A
good at
prepared food. There
buying.
you go.
It's just hard. I just find, I don't know. There's just like a weird. I feel like I never bought them, and it was partially just like kind of being cheap a little bit. I feel like, if it's a prepared food, it adds a little bit of it has shortcuts to it, but really if you do it from yourself, I think you can save money by just like, making your own spice mixtures, like
Yeah.
buying more spices in bulk, so making your own spice mixes and stuff like that. So
I got that from you, when we were living together. I got that from you.
I don't know if it's true. I still don't. I mean, I could be.
No, you always would look at the prices of things and you'd be like, "Why is that so expensive?" And you're like, "I want to make that myself."
I'm very cheap, Jen.
Yes, you are
I'm
very
still
cheap,
very.
and I learned that from you.
Mhm. I'm still very cheap.
And it's not necessarily that I'm cheap. It's just that I'm like, "Oh, it just tastes better."
Yeah,
It just tastes better.
and then you have the actual spices individually out there,
Mm.
and you could do whatever you want with. Like, I mean, garlic powder, and onion powder, and like dried parsley and dill are kind of like incredible. So for this one though, I actually didn't have dried ranch seasoning,
Oh,
obviously.
sure. Yeah, buttermilk
Which
powder is not easy to come by.
no, yeah, and truly, like I actually do. I should get some. Like it would be kind of cool. So in this place, I didn't even have dried parsley. I don't have like any of that stuff. So I actually did Zatar,
Ooh, yes.
which I don't even know how to explain Zatar. I don't
I
even know what's in
do,
it.
don't worry.
You go
Zatar
ahead.
is Middle Eastern spice mix that has sumac, which is a ground red berry, which tastes very lemony, and then sesame seeds and thyme, dried thyme.
Oh, it's dried
Mm-hmm.
thyme. I had no idea. But I mean, Zatar mixtures can be totally different, right? Like
They
everyone
can
could
be.
do, because mine didn't have any red sumac
Oh,
in
it
it.
didn't have any sumac. Okay, so
No,
yours
I'll
is
show it
like
to
more
you.
sesame and thyme and
Exactly. It was a
the
lot of
garlic and
sesame.
onion, probably.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a
Cool.
mosquito in my house and I want to get
Oh
it.
no, they haven't died yet?
They
I think
haven't
they've all
died
gone
yet.
back to hell in New York.
Oh yeah. So here's my Zatar, but I don't know if you could really.
Oh, yours is a little green.
Yeah, it's very green. I mean, like
Oh,
it could be green and very heavy on the sesame. Um, but it's so useful. Really good on things
yeah.
like popcorn and stuff too.
Oh
Like,
yeah, popcorn. The traditional way to eat za'atar is to just have olive oil, and make it a
oh,
dip.
yeah,
Yeah, with pita.
I love that.
It's very good. I
I
use it
mean,
to roast the chicken also.
oh yeah, I think it is a really great herb to have around. Now I've never used it in this style of cooking, but it's kind of working. I think it tastes fine.
Mm-hmm. Shma says, I just got on the Zatar boat this year, and oh my god, it's a game changer. LT is in the chat. Hello, welcome. You heard banana pudding and lemon pepper earlier. Yes, you were correct.
The
They're very
combo, not the combo,
not together,
but
no.
individually, yes,
Individually, yes.
they exist.
Though
Yeah,
I
that would
wouldn't put it
that's a
past
challenge.
me.
That's a challenge for you.
I wouldn't put it past me to make something like that. I actually have a calamansi pie, a custard pie in my fridge right now, which is very
Oh,
close to that combination.
Jen,
um,
maybe we should get you like a GoPro so you can make like Kenji videos.
I know. I have been experimenting with new layouts here. I just need another camera, I think.
It's weird
Like,
it's bringing my laptop around. I'm like, ooh, look at me.
see, I haven't moved at all.
Yeah.
But this is a new setup. I'm not sitting down because I have a supper club at my house tonight. So
That's right.
my dining benches are all outside.
How many people are coming to the supper club?
I have 8 coming over for dinner tonight,
Oh my
which is
gosh,
very exciting.
that's
I have
awesome.
enough room on the deck for that, which is really cool.
Hmm.
Thank you for following Ben Rhythm King. Thanks for watching. Shma says, I wish I could find calamansi near me. I've had it once and it's so nice. Yes, we have a hard time importing it here, fresh. So a lot of it is available frozen or in juice bottle form. If you're lucky enough to live in Florida or California, it grows really well there.
Calamansi?
Mm-hmm. Citrus. I
Wow.
mean, just like any other citrus, it will grow really well
Wow.
in California and Florida.
Um,
Crazy. Yeah.
I've
So
been really looking for Calabrian chili oil. That's what I've been.
I love it, and I actually have a jar here.
I want
Let me see,
that
let me see
so
if I can
much right
reach
now.
it without breaking my setup. I think I can reach it. I'm just reaching into a drawer.
This could be bad.
You're
It
gonna
could be
hear
great.
crashing sounds. No, I don't have the oil, but I have the actual like crushed Calabrian chili in oil.
Oh God, that must be so
It's
spicy.
so good.
Oh,
It's so savory.
yeah,
It's so good.
yeah. It has a great meatiness to it. I love
Mm,
that flavor.
I like how funky it is.
Yeah.
So friends, we're around 6 p.m. and I had some questions here. So, Jeff, are there things that you miss cooking now that you're cooking for a toddler?
Gosh, miss cooking. I think like cooking is kind of in a shorter window now. So like I think back in the day, so when I was bartending, I would on my days off, that would be it. I would just be like, oh great, I'm sitting at home, I'm hardly gonna leave, and I'll just cook.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you and Dylan and me would cook so much when we were roommates.
yeah, and I just think like it was kind of like the way to decompress and just kind of relax on a day off and then just kind of gorge yourself a bit.
Yeah.
And it was just great. I mean, like, and on your days off, you could take a little more time. You could do it more leisurely. You could be like watching, like a show while you're cooking. And now, like, I kind of get home at 5 or 5:30, and it's just like, cool. You've got an hour to figure that shit out.
It's like speed
Or
run,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a speed run. It's totally a speed run. So I miss taking a little more time with it. I'm actually super. There was this last Sunday was like a cool weather day, and it kind of reminded me of like those winter cold days in New York where you were like, I don't want to leave the house. This is miserable, so I'm just gonna cook all day indoors.
Some
And
stewy thing or a braise or
you
yeah.
open some bottles of wine or just like a 12-pack, and then you're just like, great, this is my day.
I miss that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
really fun.
I'm really excited for the cool weather to kind of do that again. And oh wait,
Mm.
so you can see the full spread of Augie's platter. This is
My
this
buddy.
is what a child's plate could be. It's what's Cheez-Its, which I was surprised to
This is
see.
everybody is here in the room. We got Dewey. We got
Yeah,
Augie. We got
yeah,
Erica.
yeah. Augie is not happy for a certain type of reason. I don't really know why. He's
You don't want your
he's
cheese it?
he's a little fussy right now.
Baby. That's okay. That's okay.
This is fun though.
Buddy.
You kind of just like every day you don't know.
Is
He's
there
push.
is there
Uh,
anything he really likes?
oh, he loves fruit, like
Really?
all kinds of fruit.
Oh.
Um, Loves pizza, loves bagels, loves cream cheese. So I'd say he's a bread and fruit man for the most part.
Oh, my buddy. Oh, why is he so sad?
Like, he's actually never been like this before dinner. Like, well, I mean, like unless you get like really hungry, he would be like, I think maybe daddy's doing something on the phone, and maybe he's just a little mad. It's fine. He's all right.
Oh,
He's all right.
Emily says, sounds like a New York baby.
Sounds like a New York baby.
um, Shmas has a question for you. Is there anything you've discovered you like because you were
Ooh.
forced to cook it for your kiddo?
Steamed broccoli.
What?
Yeah. I really liked the aspect of steaming broccoli. For one, I thought it was really easy. And I think I can't give full credit to just the kiddo, but I think like Alison Ramon like did a big feature on steamed broccoli in one of her books.
Mm,
And I found it to be like steaming things in general, I find to be really easy, and also you still retain most of, as long as you don't steam it for too long, you retain a lot of the kind of essence of the vegetable, like
yeah.
clean flavor.
And I think a lot of us were ruined by it in the 90s because it was oversteamed.
Always, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think I've oversteamed plenty for the kid so he could eat it too. But actually like leaving it pretty crispy, I thought like was so nice.
I
It was
like
kind
it
of like
kind of
it's
crispy.
like blanching, I guess, right? Like you're
Yeah.
essentially doing the same thing if you can
Except you're
cool
not
it
using a
down.
salt bath, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying, what else? Baking stuff's fun when I can do it. I'm still not into cottage cheese, but he really likes that.
He likes it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't figure it out.
I don't know. I had a phase where I really liked cottage cheese and pickles. I don't know why.
That's a
I don't know
funny.
why. I know. I'm weird.
I mean, I find it to be. I think. I mean, for the most part, I think we've been feeding him what we eat.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I haven't had to make like dual meals and stuff like that. If something just crashes and burns miserably, we can generally find some leftovers in the fridge.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he's a pretty adaptive kid. But at the beginning, Jen, he was eating everything. He was eating artichoke leaves and stuff
Oh
like
my
that, and
gosh,
like
kiddo.
asparagus was cool. All this stuff, and now he's at this like we've heard there's like a 12-month to 15-month range where it's just like, all right,
Meh.
he's a picky
Nothing.
little punk now. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh no, we've hit the twos. We're gonna get to the twos
I
soon, I
know.
think.
Yeah, we're not even at the twos yet, but I
We're
feel
not
like
there
he's
yet, but we're gonna get
he's
there.
he's a fast progressor. This guy.
Oh,
Um,
Justice says, "Cool guest, great to catch a stream at least a little bit. Gotta go. Cheers, chat. Bye, Justice. Thanks for hanging out. And I know
yeah, man.
Wednesdays is not usually good for you, so thanks for coming
Yeah, thanks for
around."
coming, dude.
Um, what else did I want to ask you? Do you have any advice besides the one hand cooking or both hand cooking for people who might be new parents?
Oh gosh. Um, you know, for parent, I mean, a lot of the times, let's say like how I will figure out what the hell to cook for dinner when I don't feel inspired is I will literally find just one ingredient on my shelf and I will Google recipes with said
Yeah.
ingredient. And it kind of at least it'll send you down a path of options, and then you can hopefully then get a little inspiration from the options that are listed.
Hmm.
But you always seem to like you have to have ideally like cans of tomatoes on hand. You have to have like
Oh
um
yeah, the Jeff Pantry is pretty iconic. Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know, it's a
you
mess.
always bought them when they were on sale, the big jars of tomato.
You got to. I
Yeah.
mean, like you gotta buy cans of whole peeled plum tomatoes. Buy things like chickpeas or bulgur. Or I'm not into quinoa anymore though.
I
I
have
figured.
rice. I have a lot of rice.
Yeah, I have a lot of rice too. Now, see, Jen, that's why I feel like I miss having you around because I think
I always made rice.
I haven't gotten Augie fully used to rice yet, and that's something I really kind of want to fix. Like, I want to, I want to make more like gimbap stuff. I want to make more like
Mm.
snacky rice, like mochi, like not like mochi, but like I don't know,
Like
like
a
little
little rice
hand,
ball,
yeah, little rice balls.
onigiri.
Yeah,
Yeah.
onigiri, yeah. So that's the kind of stuff I really want to start doing. Because yeah, you're right. As I think I am David Brothers says, like remixing an ingredient and having rice on hand
Perfect for
is
that. Yeah.
so useful for it. And having beans, I think, cooked in the fridge is so useful. Having even a leftover tomato sauce, like you could use it one night for a pasta, and if you save a little bit, the next time you could you could throw it in beans, you could throw it on top of like some couscous or something like that, and essentially it's pasta, but it's a different flavor. So
Yeah.
let's be realistic.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
Chris is in the chat. Thank you for subscribing for 3 months in a row. It's so special. Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
And a reminder for everybody, for every subscription, every bit, every cheer, that is a little bit of pocket money that goes to me to make the stream better every time. Because look at this setup. It's very professional.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put my meat back in my sauce.
Oh yeah, get it soaked up in there. He's not yet old enough to help, but I can't wait for the day that he can start,
We're gonna
picking
get
picking the beans for you.
Yeah, we're gonna get one of those like learning towers. So at least
What does
while
that
I'm
mean?
cooking, it's like this little like wooden stand, and you can let like a kid just sort of stand next to you while you're cooking.
Oh, that's so
And
cute.
ideally, yeah, you can kind of let them participate a little bit, which is what we're
Yeah,
we're
I'm all
trying
about
to.
that.
Yeah, we're trying to let them participate and stuff. Like, um, I don't know, cooking's still fun to me. I don't know, it's still.
Good. You haven't died on that part of your brain. That's
No, I
good.
mean, there's weeks. It's an ebb and flow kind of thing. I think you sometimes just have to cook for sustenance and for just necessity. But like for the most part, I still find I really like it.
Um, Thank you, Danelle, for subscribing for 16 months in a row. So special.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
both for re-upping your subscriptions. Very sweet of you. We are at 6:10, and I think we can go to our final exercise of the day. Thank you everybody for asking Jeff any questions. You can still ask Jeff questions about cooking for a toddler or rum or cocktails as we finish up the rest of the show. But let's move on to the last segment, friends. Let's pretend we're on Chopped. If you don't know this TV show, there's a basket with 4 mystery ingredients in it, and chefs have to use them to make a dish. So in our case, use the chat to tell us what's in the basket. Shout out an ingredient, and we'll use the first 4 that you mention. There are no wrong answers. The purpose of this exercise is to think about how far ingredients can go and maybe inspire your next meal. So I'll go through each of the ingredients individually, but feel free to just tell us how you'd combine 2, 3, or all 4 of the ingredients. And imagine you have a basic pantry with all the tools and time you need. And remember, just feature the stuff in the basket. Let's go! Nobody said anything yet. Usually people are fighting to say something, but not today. Okay, Schmoss says pepperoncinis. Beef tongue from Emily. I love the delay.
Which I've never cooked beef tongue, but it sounds
collard
great.
greens. Thank you, Liz. Welcome to the chat.
That's funny.
This is great. Okay. So
do we need one more?
We do need one more, but I'm gonna look up technically what a pepperoncini is. So it is a Frigatello sweet Italian chili pepper of the species Capsicum annuum. Is known as the golden Greek. Sweet Italian pepper or Tuscan pepper. In the United States, they may be called pepperoncini. Okay, so they're pickled mostly here in the States. So I've never really seen them as fresh. So you might encounter them fresh in Europe, but not here. But they are served lovingly in a brine that is really great for broths and for marinating and for, I don't know, using all over the place, wherever you would use pickle juice. But pepperoncinis are not that spicy. They're pretty friendly, commonly found on pizza or as a garnish for pizza. But as we mentioned earlier, Jeff used it in the pot roast. So it has a lot of applications. Beef tongue, whoa, also known as lengua in Spanish. It is a very tough meat. It is literally the tongue of a cow. And it's very large, but it needs to be cooked for a very long time before you peel the outer skin, and then you can slice it and braise it however you want to. But just know that it requires, a lot of care and marination and braising. Collard greens. I feel like we've definitely used collard greens a few times on the show before, but good to be reminded of it. It's from the Brassica family. It is the same species as cabbage and broccoli. Did you know? It's part of the Viridis group of Brassica oleracea. And it is a grain that is pretty hardy. Would you say that it requires some time to cook down, Jeff?
Absolutely. I already have an idea in my head, but I'm just waiting. I'm waiting.
We're just going through the
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to go through the ingredients. I'm really excited about my idea.
Okay, I'm really glad. And then Danelle has Cheez-Its here in the basket. So I feel like everybody knows what Cheez-Its are, but if you don't, because sometimes we have international folks in the chat, Cheez-Its are cheese crackers, basically. They're very snacky. They're kind of salty. You can crush them up and use them as breading for things, which is exciting. So in our chopped basket today, we have pepperoncini, beef tongue, collard greens, and Cheez-Its. Let's go, friends. What ideas do you have, Jeff?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Right now the name stuffed cabbage rolls, like the Polish stuffed cabbage rolls, but use collard greens
instead of the cabbage.
Let's not talk about the length that'll take to braise a beef tongue or anything
like that.
Sure. Logistics aside, but you definitely chop up the beef tongue and the pepperoncinis in there. I would probably wrap, and even the crushed Cheez-Its, I think, put it all in there. I think you make a tomato sauce and then you do a long, low braise. And I think for one, it'll continue cooking the beef tongue. It'll braise down the collard greens to get super soft. The Cheez-Its will basically melt into some sort of carby topping inside of that, or like a thickener, more or less, inside of the inside of the wrap. And then I don't know. I thought that
I like a wrap idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean,
David says Tong Gyutan is an MVP at yakiniku dinners too. I didn't know that you could get it at yakiniku. So yakiniku is a Japanese style of grilling without the skewer. So it's just straight on the small grill. But in that case, I think what you would do is freeze the tongue and then slice it really thin, because you can slice things really thin when they're frozen. That's how Korean barbecue restaurants get away with it. But cool. Ooh, what if we did a hot pot, but we used collard green and pepperoncini in the broth, and then sliced really thin beef tongue and cooked it really quick in the broth.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't use the Cheez-Its exactly, but we don't have to use all the ingredients.
The Cheez-Its are tough. I mean, I think you could do a salad of sorts too, with like Cheez-Its as croutons of something.
Ooh.
Like if you do
massaged collard green, because instead of cooking it for a very long time, you could also just beat it up in a stand mixer. You could put the paddle attachment in the stand mixer and beat up the collard greens for a while, and then it wouldn't be so fibrous when you bite into it.
And gosh, I mean, stew's too easy.
No, maybe you can say easy things.
Maybe some sort of like polenta with crispy lengua.
Ooh.
You could blend even the greens or the cheese into like a Cheez-It polenta. Do a Cheez-It polenta.
Cheez-It polenta.
Cheez-It polenta. Yeah, with a crispy lengua.
Damn.
Yeah.
You see why we live together, folks? Like, this is why we were roommates.
That'd be good.
Let's see. Danelle says, had to throw in the wrench. You had to say the Cheez-Its, didn't you?
Yes.
Liz is the one that says, have the Cheez-Its out while you're cooking to snack on.
It's true.
One Christmas, I think we bought Jeff a Costco-sized Cheez-It. I think, like, one Christmas we bought you a giant.
I've bought the Costco Cheez-Its a couple
for
times.
Yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are weeks to be had for sure.
Shma says we could do Cheez-It crusted gyokatsu with the tongue. Might have to pressure cook it to tenderness and then quick fry for crispiness, and then pickle the collard green stalks and the pepperoncini liquid on the side to cut through the richness. Very nice.
That's dope. Yeah, I love using the pepperoncini liquid to pickle the green stalks. That sounds super nice.
Sorry, I had to plug in my computer because apparently it was about to die. That's a great idea. My goodness.
Yeah, that's on point.
Or like a braised tongue with pepperoncini, chimichurri, creamy collard greens, crunchy Cheez-It topping. Oh, yummy. Good. That's next level. I love that. That's so fun. Another thing, friends, you've heard me say this a bunch of times in the past, but if you're getting stuck, think about something you already know how to make, and then just swap out one of the ingredients and then start from there. So again, if you're just joining us in the chat, we are trying to figure out dishes to cook pepperoncini, beef tongue, collard greens, and Cheez-Its. And it doesn't have to be, chef's table. It can be something you make every day. It could be a lunch thing. It could be breakfast. It can be a cocktail. We haven't said cocktail yet. Okay. No.
What if air dried tongue? For jerky.
Jerky.
Yeah.
And you can use a pepperoncini brine to marinate it. Yum. We could do. I was already thinking of like sauerbraten tacos. So like beef tongue cooked down in the pepperoncini broth. And then instead of like in sauerbraten, they use gingerbread crackers or cookies as the thickener, but we could use Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
And then just have like, collard greens on the side. But I do like the idea of doing collard green wraps. It's such a good idea. What if we did, so pepperoncinis are typically either sold in rings or whole peppers. So what if we did like pepperoncini poppers, but Cheez-Its on the outside?
That'd be cool.
We could have mozzarella on the inside. Just pickly.
Pepperoncini popper, yeah.
Just a little wet. You just have to dry it all off. That's the only problem.
Yeah, they're so wet. And they're so small, it'd be hard to pipe, but it would still be really cool.
LT, you're not missing the chop segment. It's literally happening right now. No worries.
I want to hear what the experience is with collards and
Yeah, tell us
Cheez-Its.
your experience with collard greens. We want to know. We love it. Friends, if you're just joining again, how would you combine pepperoncini, beef tongue, collard greens, and Cheez-Its? Oh, yes.
It's very
Schmutz.
much like a pot liquor, right? Like it's a pot liquor, like already in itself. Like everything in there is basically pot liquor, I feel like.
Shma says you could go real culinary school with it and just make a roulade. Yes, you could. Ooh, Robert says, I love making the quick sauteed crispy thin collards. Yeah, I like to rush my collards for some reason. I'm a huge fan of just like bacon and collards and onion. That's pretty much all I like to do. Hello, Chronotherm is here. Welcome. Yeah, and also make the long stewed collards with a hammock in there, ham hock in there. I said hammock. Sorry. Robert, is that right? You are also from Georgia. You're also from Atlanta.
Oh no, awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Atlanteans in there in the chat.
Love that.
Yeah, says yep. So cool. Oh man. Let's see. Chris says, I don't know anything else minus the collars, but use the Cheez-Its as a breading on the beef tongue. Yes, you could. You just got to cook that beef tongue down. That's the only thing.
I just have no experience with beef tongue. It's such a only in lengua tacos. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
literally only had lengua tacos, but you could do lengua burrito. Just go from there. You could do lengua flauta. You could do all that. David says it's super hard to not eat pork in Georgia.
Yeah.
Collards were like 60% of that.
I know. Even when you think you're eating a vegetable and you're like, all right, cool, collard greens. It's like, no, there's plenty of
ham.
bacon in it. Yeah, there's plenty of it.
There's lots of ham.
Yeah. Ooh, collard cheese.
Oh yeah, collard green Cheez-It pesto with like a lengua ragu. Who are you? Get out. Get out
That's
of
a
the
good
chat.
one.
Schmuzz, who are you? Oh my god, what if we made gnocchi Cheez-Its? Cheez-It gnocchi.
Yeah.
And then we had the lengua ragu. That sounds awesome.
That does sound really good.
That sounds so good. Just ham for seasoning. Yes. This is why I love this part of the show, because we get wild.
This is great. It is great ideas though. Like if you have the time. If you
have the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you could save a lot of time in the Instant Pot with the lengua for sure. But sometimes you can also just buy it prepared, which is nice. Yeah,
I'd almost rather have it dried out.
Little antipasto with the pepperoncini. Oh, I wonder if anyone has done cured beef tongue. You know how we make bresaola?
I feel like, right?
Probably. Or you could do a pate. You could do a country style pate. With like, you could do ground pork plus chunks of like already braised like lengua cut into cubes. And you could do like kind of a funky new mortadella with it. or a pate. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Cut it into pieces and make a meat paste, and then just make a patty.
Yeah. Cheez-It gnocchi is something I will absolutely try. I hope maybe one day I can make that happen. There is, what is it called? There is a special sausage style that is smaller version of that. It's called, I think, a crepinette, where you wrap it in caul fat instead of the intestine. Shma says lengua's got to be in head cheese too, right? You could do like a rustic version of it. I think that sounds great. Oh yeah, here we go. LT says maybe I was onto something, but once super bored and wondered what would a leftover sandwich, of course. Collard green Cheez-Its on mac and holiday is it on a mac and cheese and holiday ham? Oh, that sounds great. That sounds amazing.
I think I always like mac and cheese with like some extra texture in there. It's like, please, like, give me something crunchy and something savory also on top of it.
Friends, I think it's almost time to wrap up. So if you have any last minute questions for my friend who is a dad and also a rum representative and a bartender, Jeff.
I know. Everyone should drink more rum. That's really the the whole purpose of it. Like, we should all just drink more rum, guys. Like this.
I'm a gin and whiskey kind of person, but yeah, okay, I'll have more rum if you give it to me.
Yeah. Well, that's why you gotta visit Atlanta, because
That's why I got to come down to
that's
Atlanta.
all I have. That's it.
We were already talking about, like, my friends and I were already talking about it because there are some tabletop role playing conferences happening in Atlanta, and I might be shooting some video and show stuff down there, which is
Okay,
very
hit me
exciting.
up. Yeah, let me know.
Danelle asks, "What's a good first age for rum?" Mine was 14.
There's probably
You're from Peru.
I would say the good first age for rum is probably like in your 20s, because when you're 14 or below 21, you're drinking the worst rum.
You're drinking the grossest, yeah, like Bacardi.
Yeah, and therefore kind of tainting your image of the category as a whole.
That's kind of what happened to me, I think.
Yeah, I mean, everyone I think has had, I mean, myself included, was like, yeah, like vanilla rum or something like that with like Tampico. I mean, and I just think like that kind of stuff will destroy you, and all the really sugary ones out there
give you a big headache. Also, you'll be like, I never have rum again.
It's pretty nasty. Yeah.
Shma says, I may have missed this in the start, but do you have a go-to rum brand?
Well, I'm certainly biased, so I couldn't really say without fully admitting that, like, yeah, I work for some of the rums I respect the most. And so I work for Rum Clement and Rum JM from Martinique, which are both truly some of my favorite agricole rums out there. But I love agricole rum as a category as a whole. I think it's all so fantastic. St. Lucia Distillers is also one I work for, and they produce some of the most complex and interesting rum in the market. Cool. But if it's not brands I work with, Hampton Estate from Jamaica, as well as Foursquare from Barbados, and those are definitely.
I've never had any of those.
Yeah, they're all like top. These are all like top of the game for sure.
Oh my god,
really incredible stuff.
Oh, Danelle was lucky enough to have barrel fresh from the farm when you were 14. Okay, whatever.
I don't know what that is.
In college, Danelle's first literal rum drink was rum and Tampico orange.
Right there, right with me.
And then LT, well, our last question I think we'll take for the stream. LT asks, best non-Waffle House spot for breakfast in Georgia. That's not to discount Waffle House. I love it. But also, what advice do you have for people looking for breakfast in Atlanta?
I mean, if you want to keep in that same vein, non-Waffle House.
It's hard, right? That's a difficult question.
Well, I think so much of this breakfast spot that closed now. I do.
Oh, you took me to Gato, which was near your old house.
Gato's not doing breakfast anymore. That's what I'm struggling with.
I'm so sad.
Yeah, I know they stopped recently. Everyone also would absolutely say Homegrown is kind of similar to Waffle House, but I think better. Homegrown is definitely like one of the top breakfast spots here.
Awesome.
But I mean, that stuff, those kind of breakfasts are so heavy for me. I generally don't get them that often.
All good.
So I think, give me a breakfast taco or breakfast burrito. That's my go-to. And go to El Tesoro or go to Muchacho. Those are the spots that I would probably go oftentimes to.
Well, friends, I think that's our show for today. Let's please throw an egg in the chat and say thank you to Jeff for hanging out with us during baby dinner time. I'm very sorry to interrupt your routine.
Right.
Please I'll give our regards to Erica and Augie.
I will.
Is there anything you'd like to plug or tell people to follow or anything like that? If you don't, that's okay.
No, I mean, drink rum. Don't
just drink rum.
Yeah, drink some rum. Try some rums from places you've never heard of. And otherwise, I don't know. Keep putting eggs on things and keep letting Jenn make some of this great content, because I think it's awesome, and I definitely miss cooking with her. So this is the next best thing.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll get to a point where I will be able to cook with people live on the stream one day.
For sure.
Gonna get there. But thank you, Jeff. And for people who are going to tune in next week, we will be talking to my very, very funny friend, Zilla Vodness. She is a comedian and has her own Twitch show, but you'll get to meet her next week. Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern here on Attack the Pantry. Stay in the chat, my friends, if you want to help raid someone's channel. But I'll see you next week. And please don't forget to send me your cooking photos on Twitter and Instagram. So thank you, Jeff. And I'll see you sometime in Atlanta one day.
Sometime soon, please.
Sometime
please.
soon. All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for being here.
Woo.
Turn the camera on.
Sorry, I did it wrong. Wait. I'm so sorry. I fucked up.